Hello everyone. I am Seminarian Efanibidad, and now I am with my co-brothers, which is Gabriel and Cuesta. And now we're going to present to you our report about the practice of globalization. Early forms of globalization. The early forms of globalization were primarily driven by trade and exploration. Asian trade routes such as the Silk Road and the spice trade were pivotal in connecting vast regions across Asia, Africa, and Europe. These routes allowed not for the exchange of goods like silks, spices, and precious metals, but also the flow of ideas, culture, and technologies. European exploration and colonialism further accelerated these interactions, albeit often through exploitation. Colonial empires saw resources and wealth, establishing financial networks including merchant, banking, joint stock companies to support their endeavors. These developments laid the groundwork for the global economic and cultural interactions that define modern globalization. So let's move now to the industrial evolution of globalization. The Industrial Revolution marked a significant turning point in the history of globalization. With the advent of new technologies and machinery, mass production became possible, transforming industries in increasing output exponentially. This era saw the rise of global markets as countries adopted free trade policies that enabled the flows of goods and services across borders. Migration increased significantly during this period, leading to a broader exchange of cultures and ideas. Industrialization also necessitated new transportation and communication networks, further integrating global economies. Despite the benefit, this phase also led to social challenges such as labor exploitation, urban overcrowding, illustrating the complex impact of globalization. And we will proceed to the 20th century globalization. The 20th century brought new dimensions to globalization, particularly through the establishment of international institutions and geopolitical shifts. After World War II, institutions like United Nations, IMF, and World Bank were created to promote global economic stability and cooperation. The Cold War divided the world into competing ideological blocs which influenced trade, diplomatic relationships. Despite this, multinational corporations emerged and expanded their operation globally, becoming key players in shaping the world economy. This era were characterized by increased economic integration, technological innovation, and the spread of cultural influence. Understanding this phase is crucial for grasping how the modern global system was built and the roles different entities played in it. And now we will move the globalization as a historical overview. Globalization's historical trajectory can be divided into distinct phases, each contributing unequally to the current global order. The pre-modern phase included the early human migration and agricultural development, which laid the foundation of societal advancement and trade. As people moved across continents, they carried ideas, tools, and cultural practices, fostering early forms of globalization. The Neolithic Revolution around 10,000 BCE marked a significant shift as agriculture enabled permanent settlements and the rise of trade in commodities such as spices and metals. This development set the stage for more complex economic systems and cross-cultural interactions. By examining these early phases, we gain insight into the enduring human drive for connection exchange. So we'll move to the phase two, which is the first wave around 105 to 1800. The first wave of globalization, spanning from the early 1500 to 1800, was driven by European colonial expansions and mercantilist economic policies. Nations like Spain, France, and Britain established colonies across the globe to extract resources and expand their influence. This era saw the rise of triangular trade involving the exchange of slaves, raw materials, and finished goods between Africa, the Americas, and Europe. Navigation acts and chartered companies like the Dutch East India Company played crucial roles in regulating and profiting from these global exchanges. While this phase facilitated economic growth and global connections, it also estranged system of exploitation and inequality that had long-term consequences. And now we'll move to phase three, which is the second wave between 19th and 20th century. The second wave of globalization was driven by industrialization and technological innovation. New machinery and production techniques allowed for mass production and increased trade across nations. The expansion of railroads and steamships reduced travel time, connecting markets like never before. However, this period also highlighted the negative impact of globalization, particularly in labor conditions. Workers face harsh environments, prompting the rise of labor unions and movements like May Day and advocating for rights such as the 8 hours workday. Additionally, the spreads of communist ideologies during this time, exemplified by the Bolshevik Revolution, changed the capitalist order and influenced global political dynamics. And now we'll move to phase 4, which is the third wave, around post World War II. The third wave of globalization emerged after World War II and was characterized by unprecedented economic liberation. Reduction under the GATF facilitated a massive surge in global trade. Financial deregulation allowed freer movement of capital, while containerization revolution shifting efficiency. Institutions born from Bretton Woods Conference, such as the IMF and World Bank, provided financial supported and infrastructure development, especially in emerging economies. This period witnessed the strongest global economic integration yet, fueled with the technological progress and coordinated international policies. Understanding this wave helps explain the foundation of today's global financial systems and rise of interconnected markets. And we'll move to phase 5, which is the fourth wave around 21st century. Fourth wave of globalization beginning in 21st century is marked by the rise of digital technologies. This internet has transformed commerce, communications, and information exchange with e-commerce platforms facilitating global trade at an unprecedented scale. Social media has es- I, Social social media has enabled instinct cultural and social connectivity across borders. Cloud computing supports international business collaboration, while innovation in AI and mobile technology continue to reshape global interactions. Unlike previous waves, this era is less about physical goods and more about digital services and information. The rapid pace and each of digital globalizations requires new strategies to address issues such as cybersecurity, digital inequality, and data privacy. So now let's move to the three dimensions of globalization. Globalizations today is understood through its three dimensions, which are economic, political, and social or cultural. Economically, globalization involves the integration of markets and supply chains supported, supported by trade agreements like NAFTA. Politically, it includes international cooperation through institutions like the UN and WTO, which promote global governance in responses to shared challenges like health crisis. Socially and culturally, fosters cross-border interactions via digital platforms leading to spreads of ideas, cultural products, and lifestyle. This multidimensional nature underscores the complexity of globalization, highlighting how different spheres of human activity are increasingly interdependent and influenced by global trends. So now let's move to the cultural globalization, media, and entertainment. Cultural globalization has profoundly impacted media and entertainment consumption worldwide. Streaming platforms now operate globally, making films, music, and series accessible across regions. This has led to dominance of certain media conglomerates, which often control much of the content we consume. While this promotes access the cross of culture exchange, it can also marginalize local media industries. Cultural homogenization becomes a concern as Western entertainment and English language content dominate global platforms. However, globalization also provides opportunities for cultural diversity, allowing local and regional content like K-pop and Bollywood to gain international recognition and foster cultural hybridity. And let's now move to the globalization as competition. Globalization in the first 21st century is increasingly seen as competitive space rather than solely corporative. Economically, competition between major firms like Apple and Samsung in the $500 billion smartphones market reflect this shift. Geopolitically, tensions such as the US-China trade